Okay, there's someone that you've been connected into in your past who is stuck. Okay, in a nutshell, they are stuck. Now, the character of this person I've got here, the energy I've got, is someone who's very controlling, very bossy, someone who abuses their power in whatever that is, okay? King of Cups came up in the reverse, extremely manipulative. There's no way of sugarcoating that. They will use emotions to manipulate you, you know, hot, cold, loving, not loving, silent treatment, that kind of stuff. But they've also got the energy of the Emperor in the reverse. So for me, their way or the highway, okay? Really bossy, very, they've got no control. They could have left you with all the problems, all the bills, you know, that kind of thing. They just literally will disappear, okay? But those two cards together for me speaks of someone who he's pretty toxic, okay? They're now finding themselves trapped. 8 of Swords. They can't see a way forward. I think their lies are catching up on them, okay? I think they've gone through quite maybe a few relationships, a few people, but bump. It's all coming out into the open now. I think my message for you today is I feel intuitively that they will try and reconnect with you, or maybe it's just your help they need, because they are feeling trapped. They've got a lot of anxiety. They're under a lot of pressure. The little castle they built for themselves, I feel, is kind of crumbling in. Okay, so we're going to look at that. All right, let's just see what they're going to do next, and any other messages for you. So we'll have a dig into their environment a bit more. Like I said, there's a lot of drama they've got. I also feel they're being pushed out of, maybe a family is seeing them for what they are, or a friend group, okay? It's almost that energy, they're running out of people to turn to. Okay, so let's have a little look. Just while I'm shuffling these out, I hope you're okay. That is always the main thing. And if you know this is your reading, yeah, and as I'm saying, if this is your reading, I can see from the energy that they were the manipulative one, not you. I have a feeling, very strong feeling, that you were told that you were the manipulator, okay? Absolutely not. They were the manipulative one. If you'd like a reading, if you just click on the title of this video, the links are below in the description box. Everything's on the website, go check it out. And thank you so much for all your comments. I do read every single one of them, and I send you all so much love and a massive, massive big hug wherever you are, whatever you're doing today. All right, these cards I've just shuffled and put down, very blunt, so let's have a look. Okay, right, they are going through central energy. They're going through all of your old messages, okay? I think they're really, really hoping that you're going to bail them out, all right? And bail could be an important word here for something. I'm not quite sure why, maybe with the 8 of Swords, but they think you're going to bail them out of whatever they've got themselves stuck in, okay? I feel it's going to be totally fake energy, straight off the bat. I don't trust this person. King of Cups in reverse on their own, maybe. Emperor reversed on their own, maybe, but not coupled together. This person could be older than you. They could be, you know, could have been successful. But whatever they did in their life, they like to be in charge, okay? I feel they projected a family image or a caring, soft, generous side to them, but behind closed doors, it was just very covert. I really don't trust this energy today, in all honesty. So they're going through your texts, they're going through your messages. I feel they're going to get in touch with you, and I think they're going to come across as very confident, and they don't want you to know that they've messed up, okay? They don't want you to know that they're not in charge anymore. They've lost control of something, all right? Now, the King of Cups in reverse can talk about things that people have invested into that were a little bit, let's call it shady, okay? Slightly shady. And they've got caught out, okay, but they're not going to let you know that. So be prepared. I feel they're going to come across as very confident. I just honestly, cards aside, I just feel this person's going to come in really confident and try and reel you back in, okay, and then drop it on you that, by the way, I've completely lost control. Everything I built is kind of collapsing, and can you get me out of it? Okay. I also feel, and this is a very important message with this card here, that not only are they going to fake the confidence, not only are they going to pretend that they've got the whole life together and, hey, shall we just catch up kind of energy, I also feel that they are going to tell you that they are a changed person, all right, that they have been working on their self, their personality. I'll even go, right, I'm going to say it, I'll even go as far as to say this person's going to say that they've had some spiritual epiphany, you know, that literally they've woke up one morning and all their sins have been washed away kind of energy. It's just an example of what I'm hearing. I'm trying to find the right words. So, you know, someone just gets up and says, oh, I didn't mean to do any of that. I'm now a better person. All right, let's see what else is going on, because they're just going to come in. It's all going to be totally fake because they want something from you. Okay, they want something. What's going on? Else is going on in this post? There's one card. What else is going on in this? Ooh. Oh gosh, these are flying out today. These are flying out today. Right, they've come out. Let's have a look. Oh dear. Right, not oh dear for you, oh dear for them. All right, so we've got the World in reverse, Five of Wands, King of Swords. Now, based on these previous cards, okay, I feel their true energy is the King of Cups in reverse. It's their energy, it's Kings, okay? I feel you've checked out in some shape or form, okay? They're very, very unemotional, but they're going to fake some emotion. That's what the fakeness is about. This person can be as cold as ice. They can cut people off without a second thought. I feel that they can lie to you, okay? And I feel that there was definitely word games they played, mind games with this King of Swords to manipulate your emotions. I feel that you probably ended up apologising all the time, or you apologised just to keep the peace. They said stuff to you that in the end you couldn't even believe what was coming out of their mouths, okay? They're very selfish, they're very ruthless. Emperor, you see, the Emperor is a great energy. Emperor is a beautiful energy in its right place, but not in reverse. And it is somebody who can be my way or the highway. They have no compassion, okay? You know, think of a boss that you remember that just had no compassion at all. That's what I'm getting here. Now, in their environment, they are losing it, I feel. The world is in the reverse, so whatever they've been doing, that Emperor in reverse and the world in reverse is their world is stuck, it's stagnant, their plans are not working out. You know, you'll know what this means if it's their job, whatever they've been doing, it is not working out, okay? There's no success. They haven't achieved their goals. I feel if they are business orientated or something they've tried to set up that they didn't do very well, or they were cutting corners, is coming back to bite them. They've got a lot of competition with this Five of Wands, okay? And I feel there's some competitor they've got, or some competition they're involved in, who are fighting them on something which is causing their success to go down, your ex's success, okay? They've met the match, all right? There's a lot of conflict in their environment, a lot of fighting, a lot of, just a lot of fighting, okay? But your ex thought they were going to get away with something. You will know what that means, but they're not going to get away with it. All right, it's not happening. It's just not happening. Now, this King of Swords can also represent, for me, someone who's involved with the law. Okay. Let's see what else. Can you clarify that Five of Wands, please? Yes, it's somebody who they trusted. Okay, somebody who came across as very calm, very balanced, possibly a fire sign, almost, but this person was feeding them what they wanted to hear, all right? Now, this person is not balanced. This person is not calm. They are very self-indulgent, you know. Karma. It is karma. And karma just means usually what, if you do real bad to people, it normally will catch up with you in the end, okay? Anything else? Yes, very poor communication within your ex's environment. There's somebody that they thought was going to help them, maybe it was a partner, but now there's very poor communication. There's periods of time, even if they're in the same building, there's periods of time where they just don't bother talking, okay? And every time these people do talk, there's just a great big fight. So they need your help. But I think really the key today is they're going to pretend that they've got it all together. They're going to pretend that they've done the work, that they're dreadfully sorry, and I'm so sorry I did this, and all the rest of that, okay? They're going to come in as extremely confident. I don't feel they're going to tell you one word of the fact that they are stuck, they are stagnant, they can't complete what they're doing in their life at the moment, and they're just hoping really that it's almost like hoovering. They're going to play a role, okay? They're going to come in playing a role, confident, got it, can we see each other, can we meet up kind of energy. But all I feel they're going to do is bring, as we say in the UK, a whole load of bad news back to your doorstep. You know, we have a saying here, don't bring bad news to my doorstep. And I feel that is what they will bring, because I do feel that you were very kind, and I feel even though they were the Emperor in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse, and really very, very manipulative, controlling, right down to the last minute, okay? You did try and understand this person. Now, I feel today that you've completely seen through the charade, this complete fakeness, okay? And you don't want anything else to do with them. But I don't think they realise that, okay? Because in their head, they don't think they've done anything wrong. So why wouldn't you want to be with them? Okay, so I really do feel, honestly, that is the message today for you. Just be aware of what's going on with them, what their plans are, and what they're bringing back in, because it's not truthful. It's just not honest. Okay. Anything else on this ex, please? Yeah, no thoughts, just vibes. Okay, they're just not going to face what they've done. Okay, this is somebody who can just literally stand there and tell you an absolute pack of lies with absolutely zero remorse. It's typical for me, narcissistic. They don't have it in them, you see. I mean, we can all say stuff, can't we? Let's be honest. But this person has absolutely no comprehension that they're even lying. And I think it was very difficult for you to work through this. And there's nothing you could have ever done to change this, because they will have trauma bonded you to them. Okay, this is what happens. This is science. This is all documented by doctors, that the chemicals in your brain change. That is why it can take many times to leave. That is why you'll go back, you'll stay. It's not as simple. Other people might say, oh, well, why haven't you left? It's not. It becomes an addiction. Your brain actually wants that chemical until you're almost weaned off it. and you can actually, someone really explains to you what's happened, it's very, very difficult, okay? But I feel you're there now. I feel you can see this really for what it is, because they have no remorse, okay? They have no remorse. No. Now, what you don't know, or what they won't present to you, they'll come in as confident, look at me, blah, 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 is that actually like that, okay? They're overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. And this is where I think they're hoping you'll come in, all right? It's too much, overstimulated, panicked, mental overload. Now, that with that Four of Swords, yes, they're just not going to tell you that, all right? They're just not going to tell you that. Let's see what else we've got. Let's just have a little look at this card here. Yeah, they're going to tell you that they're balanced, everything's harmonious, and they're also going to tell you very specifically that they're coming back for the long haul, okay? That they're now going to be invested in you. However, I feel what's really going on here is that they're hoping that you will sort out something they're invested in, whatever that is. It's this Emperor, you see. I just feel it's got something to do with a project, a career, a business, a property, something in the physical, hear me knocking, physical, that they're hoping that you will sort out, okay? Your advice, Ghost, they didn't give you any closure, okay? They were very cowardice, no responsibility, they just completely disappeared. But you know something, they premeditated a lot of this, and I feel they're doing it again. I feel they're doing it again. It would be a different matter maybe if they were going to actually genuinely come in and tell you that they were a new person and they'd actually thought about some of the stuff they've been doing. No, they're also very paranoid. Was this person paranoid? Very insecure, very guarded. They're in that energy. I feel they're actually very, very paranoid at the moment. And it's nothing to do with you particularly. I think it's to do with what's going on with this world in reverse. Okay, there could be a lot of gossip going on around some of their achievements, okay? But they feel powerless at the moment. Totally and utterly powerless. So that's really what this reading's about for you today. For those of you who will get this person back, that what we've been talking about resonates, don't make it fit, okay? You will know if this is for you today. And this, I feel, is their genuine energy, not what they're going to project a different energy. You know, when you meet someone who's kind of in Emperor energy and they are stable, they protect you, they're disciplined, they're logical, you know, practical, but they're not. That's how they're going to come in. All right, so let's just get an advice card for you. Let me just see what you need to do, just for your energy, really. Just being asked to do that before we wrap this up. Yeah, there's a storm. It will cause a storm, which is good, I think, because I think now when they do contact you, there will be a complete collision of beliefs, energies and styles. They better be careful with you, that's all I can say. I don't think they see this coming at all. I really don't. I think for you, your message is Poe today. It's time for change, to learn something new, okay? It's time for you this year to just do what the hell makes you happy, not what everybody else thinks you should be doing. I know I say this a lot, but I think it's important because, hands up, just as guilty, we tend to sort of roll along. And we're all busy doing this, that and the other for everybody else. And all of a sudden you think, well, hang on, what am I actually doing? So that's a very strong message. If there's something you're thinking of doing, do it, okay? And please don't lose hope. I feel for some of you, because of what this person put you through, and it's so understandable, gosh it is, if you've been through this, you don't come out of it really the same person that you went in. You can be left with stress disorders, anxiety, agoraphobia. Spirit is saying don't lose hope. this isn't your last chance. So I think the message is, if you're older, if you're old like me, okay, it's not your last chance, okay? There's something else coming into your energy. There's a change coming in for you, and it's always when you least expect it. Because, do you know, people used to say this years ago, but it makes sense to me now. When you let something go, there's often time before something else comes in. It doesn't have to be another relationship. It can be anything that you really want. And it's almost like you're making space for it, okay? So that is coming in for you. Don't lose hope. You're on the right path, okay? And also a message, don't ever be hard on yourself, okay? It's usually the victims of this kind of energy who are harder on themselves, because that person, these sort of people, they haven't got a clue. You might as well just go, and I might as well just talk to this mug than talk to someone like that. You'll never get through to them. Trust me, you will never get through to them. If they're a classic narcissist, you know, it's just, they just haven't got it, okay? So don't lose hope, all right? And don't ever think you could have tried harder or done more. That's just for those of you who might still be at that stage, because you'll go through stages with this. But just bear in mind that they haven't changed, okay? They haven't changed. They've got the gift of the gab though, as we say here. They can talk the talk, but they haven't changed, all right? I'm sending you so much love and hugs, and just keep going, okay? Remember who you are. Just 30 days of mirror work, honestly. Even if you're crying through it, it doesn't matter. Change those neurons, change those brain thoughts, all right? It will change for you, okay? I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.